Hi guys, welcome back to COVID Computer Camp. Today we're doing a couple of TikTok video techniques that should be fun. Anyone who's a fan of TikTok knows that it's just a platform for short videos. So I'm going to be teaching you a few simple techniques to do some of the cool stuff that I've seen people do on TikTok. You don't necessarily have to have a TikTok account to do this stuff. I'm just teaching you some fun video techniques that you can use in your own videos that make you able to do some cool stuff. So let's get started. All right, so we're here in WeVideo. I've clicked on the Projects tab, and we're getting into TikTok Tryout, which is the folder that I've created some shared files in. So if you want to use the files that I created here today and play along with me while I build stuff, you're going to have to be inside this project. I'm going to click on the little plus sign at the bottom here and select a new edit, blank edit. There we go. Now I've got some prefabricated stuff in here for you. You should be able to find it under Project Media. Yeah, there's one here called Pushing Head Down. There's one called Me Yelping. And there's a music video in here. There should be a couple of other ones too, so I'm not sure where they are. Let me share them out to you, and we'll see if we can find them for you. We'll hit View by Date Uploaded. Whoa, so this is not right. Descending. Okay, so the videos that I was going to share are, I thought they were here. I was just looking at them a little while ago. Maybe they're in the TikTok folder here. Okay, sorry, crisscross jump. Through the car is the one I was looking for. So let me just share this to the project. The media was added to your current project media folder. Okay, so you should be able to see it under project media. Yeah, here. So through the car is the first little video that we're going to be using here. Can everyone click on that one? So I'm going to preview it for you here on the screen here, and you can see what it looks like. This is a very simple technique. I simply filmed myself, and you'll see I put both my cars open. Now in TikTok, we're almost always filming. So there I'm jumping into the car. And it takes me a second because I'm actually, I think I jump out of the car and then, oh yeah, so I climb through to the other side and I'm getting ready. And then I jump through the other side. I liked the car because the lighting made it so that you can't see what's happening inside the window. It has the appearance of being transparent, but it's not. See there, so I jump into the car and then I jump out of it. The whole process takes about 10 or 15 seconds. And what we're going to do is make it happen really, really quickly so that it looks like I jump right through the car. That's the first little fun technique that we're going to learn today. So the first thing we're going to have to do is just find the appropriate part of the video. I'm going to scrub through the video here by dragging my left slider. So there's the spot right about 35 seconds in. I'm just going to scrub to just before that. And then I'm going to move my scrubber on the other side till after I'm completely in the car. Right about there is good. Basically, as soon as my feet disappear. So I've just got a teeny little bit of the video selected here. Now I'm going to bring it and drag it down into my video one layer. Let's blow up the video a little bit. I'm just going to drag this zoom slider over a little bit. There we go. And so now I can view just the part of the video that I dropped in there, which is me jumping into the car. Nice. All right. So now I want myself jumping out of the car. So I'm going to go back to my original clip, and I'm going to move these sliders around to the point where I'm climbing out of the car. Let me move this one to right about here. Okay, that's where I want my beginning slider to be. And the end slider will be just shortly after that. So move the slider until I'm completely out of view there. Beautiful. Okay, that looks good. Let's bring that in. So what we've done is compressed time. We got rid of the middle boring part where I'm sitting around the car, climbing over my seat, trying to get over the other side. And we're making it look like it's all part of one video. So let's go back and view that again. I'll maximize my screen for you guys, and let's see what that looks like now. So the speed's not fast enough yet. There's too much of a gap in between, right? Let's go back and look at our footage again. and see where we can afford to trim some here. So I get into the car, I disappear right here. So I can definitely cut everything past here, right? So I'm going to move up to that point, and I'm going to use my scissor tool to snip away that bit. So we're trying to minimize the amount of time so that I immediately appear to be jumping out of the car. Let's look at this side here. Am I close enough here? And again, it takes a second before I come out. I haven't trimmed it in quite the right spot. So let's go back. We're just fine tuning it here. Again, I'm going to scissor it. I'll get rid of this other part. So I trimmed a good 2 or 3 seconds off of this video. Let's go back and watch it one more time now. So scrub back to the beginning and hit play. There we go. That's looking pretty good, right? Now we can add some other effects here. I want to create the impression that I got hurt when I was doing this. So I'm going to add a sound effect at the end, which is, I've got a sound effect called me yelping that you should have access to. So I'm going to drag this down. Let me play it for you so you can see what it sounds like. Oh, no, that's not the one. Let's click here. There we go. Okay, so that's me going, wow! I'm going to put that into here towards the end. I want the timing to be right. So I want it to be the part where I'm coming out the other side. So right around here or so, I'll go, wow! Let's drag it over. There we go. Let's see. Oh, you see, the sound doesn't actually start to the middle. I'm looking at the waveform here, and I'm seeing that most of my file is blank space. So that doesn't do much good if I line it up on that. So I'm going to just trim out all the parts of this audio that I don't really need, and that'll give me a much smaller piece to work with. Okay, here we go. Let's move this back again, and we'll just play the video and see how well it works. Maybe a titch later than that. Good. Now we can add a crashing sound after when I land. So we're going to use the stock media folder here. I'm going to click on the word stock media. And there's all kinds of sound effects here. You guys remember that we can filter out by clicking on this little button here. I'm going to click there, and I'm going to look only for sound effects files. I really don't want it. I'm not interested in any of the rest of this stuff. So let's click there. And I'm just going to find a crashing sound of some kind. So let's type in crash. And it's not showing. Oh, there we go. So there's all kinds of cool crashing sounds. Let me demo a few for you. That one's pretty good. That one's okay. I like this one called car crash. I'll just drop that one in. Let's see if the timing's good. Okay. So I noticed that it does take me a little bit too long to jump out of the car. I would like that to be a little bit faster. And so what I'm actually going to do is speed up the video. Oh, and it looks like my foot is off the screen here. It's all good. So I'm going to speed up this video. I'm going to double click on it, and that will get me to my options menu where I can change some of the properties of this clip. The last one over there is called slow fast motion. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to drag this value slider here across just a little bit to the first notch. That will double the speed of the film. So only this last part of the clip is the part that I'm going to speed up. Let's look at that again and see how. Now, I want that audio of the car crash to start a lot sooner than that. I could probably drag it over like this and make it a little sooner, but I might want to overlap these sound clips a little bit. Yeah, so I can't actually drag them on top of each other here. So the solution for that is going to be to add a new audio layer. So I'm going to click on the little plus sign over here, plus, and that will give me a choice to make a new audio or video track. I'm going to make an audio track. And so now I've got audio 2 down here, and I can actually place these so that they overlap each other a little bit, and maybe that will improve things. There we go. That timing seems a little bit better now. Good. Now, the last step, I need another audio layer. I'm just going to add a third one here because I'm going to add some music to this. And the music is from that crisscross video where he said, and basically if you want to listen to the lyrics of it, let me show you. So he's saying, jump, jump, you should know better. And it seemed to me like a perfect thing to put into this video of me jumping and then hurting myself. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of this video, just for the part where he says jump, jump. Let's hit the play button here. Oh, not quite it. I'm just going to drag it in and play with it later. It's sometimes difficult to adjust stuff inside the big. So actually I need a video layer for that because it's a video file, right? I can't drag it into an audio layer. So let me create a new video. Oh, actually I have video 2 here. So what I'm going to do is drag all of this stuff into video 1 because I want this video to be underneath the first one where we can't see it, right? So let's go ahead with that. So here's the part where he starts going jump, jump, or right around where the crowd starts going jump, jump. I'm going to scissor it right about there. And I'll just delete the first part. So let's play that one more time. So he's saying, is that good enough? I think we missed the first little part of it. So let's expand it a bit. Okay, that looks good. So let's drag this all over to right to the beginning of the video. I think that I've dragged all this over a little bit, so I'm just going to bring it all the way back to the beginning by dragging a loop around it. Okay, let's play this again. Actually, I want this to end right at the end of the video, so I'll just delete this last part here. And let's try playing it again. Okay, so we have a problem here, right? Our video is vertical, and yet the video content here is horizontal. So what I'm going to do is actually convert this to a vertical video. I'm going to click on this button. We haven't used this one before. You know that TikTok almost always uses a vertical element. So I'm going to switch this to 9:16, which is a vertical format. And you'll see that our video fits perfectly now. And now we can no longer see the underlying video because we're inside a vertical frame now. Excellent. So let's play this one more time. That's looking good. Now I'm just going to add one last little bit here, which is an ambulance at the end coming to rescue me because I just hurt myself. So I'll just grab an ambulance video from here. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Let's go back and get rid of that cue. Now I probably can't see anything here because I'm filtering only for sound effects. So I'm actually going to grab I'm going to go back to video. And I'm going to click for videos of an ambulance coming. So I'm going to find an ambulance like this one here, maybe. This one looks good. So I don't want all of it. I just want a little bit of it, particularly when it's really close here. So let me pause my video. I'm having a hard time with my mouse controls today. All right, so I'm just going to grab the end part of the video here, just a little bit. I only want 2 or 3 seconds of it, if that, and I'll drag that in right after. And that'll extend the video a little bit so that it extends out afterwards. All right, here we go. So we can transition between these two. Let me add a transition here. We'll do like so I'm clicking on the transition, and I'm going to go add a slide transition here. All right, let's go have one more last look at it and see what it looks like. There we go. I should probably shrink that ambulance a little bit. Go back to my transform settings here, and I will shrink it, or at least drag it to the middle so that it looks a little bit better. Save changes, and then look at it one more time here. So you can see that we're building a funny little comedy video, just using a little bit of raw footage, right? So it's previewing right now. Actually, we don't have to preview. Let me show you the finished version of the film that's over on TikTok. So I'm going to go over to this one here. Can my friends on Discord see this right now?
Yep.
You can, eh? Okay, great. All right, so this is the final version of my video on TikTok. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Here we go. Oh, so let's try that one more time. It's looping around. So the final video is very, very short, right? It's just, and that's the whole point of TikTok videos, just a funny little moment that you're capturing of some silliness, right? And so that's the first one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to do a couple more, including one with Maya that's coming up in a second. All right, how are we all doing here on the live stream? Is everything good now? Looks like it. Maya, what's up with in the chat? Anything interesting happening at all? Maya?
Much, not too much.
Not too much, eh? Is my sound quality a little bit better now, or did it improve itself, or is it still bad?
I think so. It's still a bit glitchy at times, but it's
Yeah.
not doing too bad.
Okay. The funny thing is when this audio starts to glitch out like this, I go back and look at the recorded version that doesn't even go out over the internet, and even that version is wrong. So I have a feeling there's something going on my computer that's affecting my audio quality, and I don't know what it is, and I'm trying to sort out this hardware problem. It might be my microphone, but I have a very nice microphone, a fairly expensive one, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. Okay, so guys, I gave Maya a little mission to make her own TikTok video and to give us an explanation of how it worked. So I'm going to turn it over to her right now, and we'll let her talk. I'll get over to your video lesson here. You want to just give us a little intro, Maya?
Yes. I was working on this yesterday. I like this trend on TikTok. I like watching TikToks too, and this wipe it down challenge was something that caught my eye, and so that's what I want to teach to you guys today.
Awesome. So Maya, instead of teaching it live, she's actually pre-filmed her part of the lesson. So it's about an 8-minute video. I'm going to play it right now. Let's get right to it. Actually, I should do an intro for her. So our next segment is a pre-recorded segment made by my able wing person, Maya. She's going to teach us another cool TikTok technique. So let's get to it. Actually, I'm going to show just the screen. No one needs to be looking at me while we do it. There we go. I just want to test the audio before we do anything else, so just want to make sure everyone can hear. That sound. No, it's muted.
You guys how to film and edit this really cool TikTok trend.
Can everyone hear?
It's very low on Discord.
It's very low on Discord. Hey, I'm going to crank up the volume a little bit more. Let's try it one more time.
Called the Wipe It Down Challenge. This challenge involves you standing in front of a mirror.
Is that better?
Wiping it.
Not
extremely quiet.
Extremely quiet, eh? So, I'm gonna up my volume on the computer. I've upped the output volume on Discord to pretty much to the max here, 200%. How about my YouTube audience? Are they hearing okay?
Hi everybody, it's Maya, and I'm actually here for a change to teach you guys how to...
Is it working for you guys?
Still very low.
Still very low, eh? I'm not quite sure what else that we can do to play. I'm more interested in the YouTube stream and whether that is coming out okay. Anyone? So Zach is telling me that it's still quite low. I don't think I can do anything else to crank this up. So I've maxed the volume on my computer. I've maxed. I can up the volume on the my live stream, and so I've moved that up to the maximum. Let's give that a try now. I think I should, let me just play this one more time. So we don't usually play canned videos that often here, so I'm a little bit worried about...
Hi everybody, it's Maya, and I'm actually here...
All right, so if anyone on YouTube wants to let me know, I think I'm going to reintroduce this one.
I can hear it. I can hear it fine.
You're hearing fine now, Peter?
No, I think that was what I did.
Yeah, okay. All right. So I'm sorry, we had to do a little bit of setup here, guys, but I'm going to go back and replay this again one more time, okay? So let's just go back to the starting screen, and I'll just introduce this one. Okay, guys, so our next segment is by my able wing person, Maya, who's done a little pre-film segment here to explain another TikTok technique. Let's see what she has.
Here for a change to teach you guys how to film and edit this really cool TikTok trend called the Wipe It Down Challenge. This challenge involves you standing in front of a mirror and wiping it, but using some really cool editing tricks to make it seem like either an alter ego or another person, appears and then disappears again in a single wipe. Alright, so let's get started. Here is an example of the type of TikTok that we're going to try to replicate.
Wipe, wipe, wipe it down. Wipe, 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 wipe it down. Wipe.
So hi guys, so how you're going to film this TikTok is I first set up my phone. You want it set up so it's angling the mirror that you're going to be doing the TikTok in. I set mine up on a chair, like kind of making my own tripod because I don't have one. I put it at a strategic angle so that you can't see the phone when you're filming from this phone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do two different things. I'm going to be filming one in my normal clothes and then one for the like the switched clip in the other clothes. So first I'm just going to film the one in these clothes all the way through so that I can just edit it together later. I'm going to press the button to start the video. And I have music in the background so that I can help direct when I'm going to do the things I want to do.
Wipe, wipe, wipe it down. Wipe, 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 wipe it down. Wipe.
Okay, so now that I'm done that segment, I'm going to go change and then come back to film the second segment. So this is my second outfit that I'll be filming in the second segment in. So yeah, let's get right to it.
Wipe, wipe, wipe it down. Wipe, 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 wipe it down. Wipe.
Now that we're done filming all the clips, we're going to bring all those clips into WeVideo so that we can edit them together into a precise TikTok. Welcome guys to my TikTok laboratory. So as you guys can see, I have imported the clips that I want to use that I filmed earlier in my normal clothes and in my alternate clothes or in my Spider-Man costume from last Halloween. So you know what, let's just watch through them both.
Wipe it down. Wipe, 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 wipe it down. Wipe, wipe, wipe it down. Wipe, wipe, wipe it down.
The next step I want to take after watching those videos is going through and roughly blocking out where I think the different chunks should go. I want it to go in the order of normal clothes, Spider-Man, normal clothes. For example, for the first transition between normal clothes and Spider-Man, I want it to happen between the first wipe it down swipe. Right there. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna use the scissors tool to split the clip. And I'm just gonna keep watching. In the clip we just blocked out, we said that we wanted to take everything until halfway through the first wipe it down, which means that we want to take the Spider-Man clip from halfway through wipe it down onwards. The first wipe it down is right here. So when we cut it this time, instead of keeping the first segment, we're going to delete the first segment. And because we want to revert back to the normal clothes and switch back, we're going to also delete the last segment. Because we want the Spider-Man clip in the middle, we're going to drag that edited version of the Spider-Man clip to the middle. And now we're going to try to match up the swipes between the normal clothes and the Spider-Man in order to make it seem like a seamless transition. Alright, so this part is really important. We want to trim the ends and the starts of each clip to make sure that the place where the hand switches off is the same place in each clip. So if I'm going to end in the middle, I want to start the next clip also in the middle. So we're moving it right now to see if we can get the hand just covering the face, just like here. Once that's done, I'm going to edit the Spider-Man clip to make sure that it's also covering the face when it starts. Just like this. And now we're going to drag it over to see if it works. So let's play it through. And it works perfectly. Now what we have to do is we have to edit the end of the Spider-Man video and the start of the second normal clothes video in order to do the same thing we just did to make another seamless transition, this time from the Spider-Man costume back to normal clothes. The transition back to normal clothes I want to happen on the second wipe that Spider-Man does. So what I'm doing now is editing it down to where in the sound Spider-Man does the second wipe. I'm also making sure that the towel covers his face so that it will move seamlessly through that transition. Now I'm going to work on this second clip of me in my normal clothes, and I'm just going to edit it down to be where the Spider-Man left off in the last clip. So I'm just finding it, and I'm also trying to get it so that the towel will cover my face on the way down. It's a little bit tricky. And that should be good, so I'm dragging it over. Let's test to see if that transition worked out. From the top. And it's perfect. Now what our biggest issue is I can hear background noises when I'm filming. In order to get rid of this unnecessary noise, we're going to mute this entire track by clicking those three dots and clicking mute track. What this will mean is the entire video too.
I have to go. See ya.
Instead, for audio, I'm going to be using the original video off of TikTok, but putting it in a layer underneath so that the visual won't be seen, but the audio from the TikTok will be heard. The biggest thing is that the audios actually aren't lined up right now, so if we played the video and the song will be a little bit off and it will look a little bit wonky. So I'm looking at these visual cues of the audio, and I'm trying to line up where these different points of inflection are so that I get a better idea of where the sounds are supposed to be. Let's play it through.
Wipe, wipe, wipe it down. Wipe, 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 wipe it down. Wipe.
Clean up this end piece, and then you're done. Here is our final result.
Wipe, wipe, wipe it down. Wipe, 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 wipe it down. Wipe.
Pretty cool, huh? Thank you guys so much for learning along with me, and I'm so excited to see all your wonderful submissions. Bye now!
Guys, we're back. That was kind of a cool little exercise. I wanted to show you guys another quick lesson. I've got, actually I want to show, before I get into the WeVideo part, I wanted to show you the original TikTok video that inspired me.
And this one took about
All right. I'm going to show you a little bit more of this. So what I really wanted you guys to see is this transition where he's pushing his head down. Let me just show that one more time, guys.
This started like a big trend now. No thanks to you. I'm going to teach you guys the difference between...
So watch when he puts his head down like that, and he transitions from one scene. So it's like you pushing your own head down, right? And this is what I want to attempt to do today. So I've shot some raw video just to show it off to you. It's coming up again in a second here. Let me show you one more time.
Edit, and that's a transition. You're probably like, how's the first one to edit?
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, an edit.
Cool, eh? All right, so we are going to attempt something of this today. I have some footage. It's not going to look as good as this guy because this guy is obviously a pro at this stuff. But I'm going to get back to my projects again. So I'm inside my TikTok project here. I'm going to create a new edit, and I'm going to go create a blank edit. Now you should be able to find the footage under shared or project media here, and it is called Pushing Head Down. So let's grab that clip here, and I can show it to you guys briefly. All right, I got my hoodie on. You can see that I'm very, very close to the camera here, so you can't see the cutoff of my shoulders. That really helps a lot, because when I reach my hand around to the front like this, it's going to look a little bit like somebody else is doing the pushing. Now I'm going to keep pushing until my hand is basically covering the camera like this, and that's where we're going to do our transition. So I'm just going to keep going though and go right off the screen basically when I do that. So let's just grab our footage here. Let's go. Ready? Let's try that a couple of times just to make sure we did it right. I'm grabbing from behind. now the other half of it. Let's take our hoodie off. I shall take the whole thing off. Now, I'm reaching my hand down to push the guy's hand down. So we're going to be starting something like this. And then I'm going to keep pushing down, and then I'm going to pull my hand back up again. Okay, ready?
Mr. T,
Yes. Try that one more time. Maybe I'll
the
get my
audio is so
hand a
low, I
little-
can't even hear
Yeah, it's very
one
frustrating.
thing.
Okay. So guys, let me just narrate through here. So you can see that I'm showing the different frames of animation that we're going to be doing here. So the first part we're going to be using is me pushing my head down, and the second part is going to be me with my hand up here. The audio is really not that important. I was kind of describing what was going on here. So let's just jump right to the editing part, guys. I'm not sure you guys are seeing this on Discord. I'm seeing a preview of another screen. Can you see this video on Discord, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. My
Oh,
little
you're in WeVideo.
I'm in WeVideo. Yeah, you're seeing WeVideo. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's go scrub through this video. Let's just find the part where I drop my hand down for real. I demo it a couple of times. And I'm just going to cut the video just like that. So I only want a couple of seconds of it. Let's just scissor it. We'll roughly here, and we will clean it up in a second. So actually, we don't want quite that much. Let's grab like from here. I'll scissor it one more time and just delete that first part. Okay, let's drag this over to the left. Okay, there's me pushing down. Now, I'm going to scissor the film here again, and then we're going to jump ahead to the part where I'm pushing my hand down here. And I think the second one was a better one here. So let's play that. I think it was that second one that was good because I can see my hand as it's coming up here. So I want to move this video back to the exact point where I'm pushing my hand down. I'm going to scissor it one more time here. We'll get rid of the middle. And then I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to zoom in close to it so I can do some finer tuning on this. So I'm going to drag my slider over here a little bit and make it a little bigger. And now I can drag over a little more gently. So I want to find, actually, so I think I ended it too late here, right? So let's drag this back, and we'll get a little bit from a few seconds before. So hold it. Yeah, that's still not enough there. Let me do a little bit more. So I'm trying to find the spot where I'm heading down with my hand, right? And I think it's still not there. So let's go back a little bit further. There, that's what I'm looking for. So that's the spot, but my hand doesn't start moving right away, right? So there, this is where, so we want it to start moving right away. So we want to trim right from this point here. I think this is looking pretty good now. So let's go back and attach these two together and have a quick look at what it looks like. Okay, hold it one more time. Oh, so that's not trimmed enough either, right? So I want to stop this one right at about this point here. Let's scissor this and then drag it together again. There we go. That looks pretty good, eh? I'll just trim this at the end. So let's look at this in full screen. Hey, that looks pretty good, eh? I'll play that for you a couple of times. Now, if you freeze frame this, you'll see that there's some tricky stuff going on here, and it's not a real video. But again, just like the wipe that Maya did, you see, just by switching frames really, really quickly, you don't need a green screen or anything fancy to create the effect that there are two different people there, and that's really cool. So that's another cool effect. I've got one more to show you guys before we go. And that one, we're going to have to get into a more complicated video editor because we're getting to some territory here that WeVideo cannot handle. So I'll get to that in a second. Okay, guys, so for this next segment, we've gone beyond what WeVideo can do. We're going to be using HitFilm Express, which is a free desktop video editor. It's my editor of choice. I use HitFilm Pro, which is the more serious version of it, but this version does everything that we need. So if you're interested in playing with the software at home, it's It's free to download this version of it, and it works pretty well. So let me show you what's going on here. There we are. So here we are inside Film Express, and you can see that I've loaded up a little clip into my track here. So I've got two different clips here, actually. The first one, the one down below, is actually just a still frame. I shot a photo, actually captured a photo from my original video that's just the back of the fence inside my room. It doesn't move around at all, and it's just kind of locked in place here. I also have another clip above it, which is me walking around in front of my fence. Let me show this to you guys. So all it is me. I pop up on the screen, I make a funny face, and I leave. And so as you saw in the preview, I want to make this so that I appear over and over and over again across the screen, so that I walk across and then stop, and then walk across and stop. So I'm going to be doing something very similar. It's a timeline very similar to the one you'll see in WeVideo, and almost any video editor is going to work in kind of the same way here. So what I want to do is scrub back the movie until just the point where I'm about to enter the screen. My hand's kind of leading in front of me here. In HitFilm instead of WeVideo, one of the nice things is you can move frame by frame. I'm hitting a button on the keyboard, the period button, just to move forward one frame at a time. And that gives me very fine control over what I'm working on here. It's period to go forward, comma to go backwards. Okay, I'm going to grab my scissor tool, which is right here. And I'm just going to cut right in that spot. So I want to get rid of the first part. I'll grab my arrow tool and just delete that. And now I can grab this and bring it over to the beginning of the movie. Oh, actually, I don't even want it in the beginning of the movie. I want it a couple seconds in. And I want to do the same thing at the other side. Wait for myself to leave. And the second that I'm off the frame right here, I'm going to scissor it again. Or I can just drag the edges in like so. This works just as well as scissoring. So I'll drag the edges in. Now I have a clip that just has me walking on the screen and then leaving again. There we go. Good. Now, what I want to do is something similar to what we were doing in these games, like the sci-fi shooter game that we did a couple of weeks ago, where we've got something that overlaps with another one. We're overlapping different screens with each other, and we're creating the appearance that they're all linked together. It won't make a lot of sense until you understand what I'm doing here with masks. So there's some tools here on the side that have to do with making masks. And all a mask is a way to hide a video or a part of the video so that you're only viewing a little bit of it. When I draw a square here with the mask tool, for example, let me hide my background. Hold it. I'm just going to hide this background layer here. It's not hiding. What's going on? My program is frozen on me. Okay, so something wacky is going on here. So this is working, and I've locked this layer, and that's why I'm not allowed to hide it. Okay, so let's go back to this layer here. We'll go back to it here. All right, so my mask didn't appear, eh? Let's try. I've got a couple of masks going here. Let me delete them, and I'll try again. All right, so there's my video. I'm going to show you how to mask a part of it. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle on the screen here. And you can see that the parts that are inside the rectangle show and everything else becomes invisible. And so what I'm going to do is make this film invisible in the parts where I don't exist. So I'm going to start by drawing my mask out to fill the entire screen. It's basically the size of my screen now. But I'm going to make it move with him. So if I open up the little triangle here beside the word mask, you can see I've got a whole bunch of properties here. And you can this is the way all these video editing programs basically work. You've got a whole bunch of properties like its position, its size, and stuff. You can change those over time by doing something called a keyframe here. Let me show you how that works. So I want to change the position. I want to slide this mask around so that it matches where I am in the video, and so that it goes off the screen when I go off the screen. This will make a bit more sense once I do it. So I'm going to click this little button beside it to activate the keyframing. And now I am going to change the position of this, the X coordinate of this, to match where I am in the video. So let's go back to the beginning of my video. And I'm going to slide this mask over so that it matches where I am in the video, just like this. Then I'm going to move it forward a few frames. And I've already created a second keyframe there. I'm not quite sure how I did that. Let me get rid of that just so I can teach you from the beginning. All right, so here's my first keyframe. As I move the film forward, you'll see my mask isn't keeping up with where I'm moving. So I'm going to slide it over a little bit. And every time I manually slide it, it creates a new keyframe down here. You can see a new little triangle. So it's memorizing where was the mask when I did this, and then where's the mask moved to. And it will just slide it over to that new location. I'm going to do that a few more times, just moving the video forward and then sliding this. Oh, sorry, that was the Y coordinate I did by accident. We want to do the X coordinate. And again, I'm going to slide it over like that. And let's keep doing that a few more times. And the idea is that this little moving window should match where I am on the screen, so that everything that's not me that's in the frame will be basically erased, and we'll be seeing what's underneath, which is the background frame of nothing but me. So let me do a little bit more of this. We want to make sure this left side is very close to him, because this is the part that's going to be overlapping with the right part of the next photo. So I'm just going to keep dragging that over like that. A little bit more. Whoa, oh, I just made a mistake there. I'll just undo. No, I keep hitting the wrong slider there. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit more and we'll be off the screen. And again, off the screen. And then I'm gone, right? Okay, so let's go back and look what that looks like. As I scrub across it, you'll see that the window follows me. At no point should I exit from that window or be outside of it. So it should be close to me, but it should never leave me. So the box is matching my movements now. And now all I have to do is make a copy of it. So I'm going to close these options up. I'm going to right click on this to duplicate it. So let's go duplicate. Now I have two versions of this. I want to take one of them and slide the one that's on top and slide it over a little bit. And you'll see what's happening here. Now I can reveal the bottom one. I'm also going to make my bottom invisible video visible here, so that if any of this ever goes off track, there will still be a background there. So I'm going to slide this around a little bit until, so let's go to this point here. So we want the top guy, who is this guy on the left here, to only show up after this edge, so that this edge isn't touching the left side of him. So I need to slide this around a little bit to make it happen a little bit sooner. And you see, now the right edge line of this is not overlapping on my right hand here. So when I play these videos together now, let me hit the play button. Oh, there was a little bit of an error there. So this is the spot where the mask doesn't appear to be, well, I think I just maybe need to slide it over a little bit more here, right? There, let's try that now. There we go. Beautiful. Now you can see a little bit of imperfection in the back right here. Can you see that there's a little subtle difference? You can see a little line. That's because the lighting changed in between those two frames. Maybe a cloud went in front of the sun or something. So if you did this properly, then it should be totally invisible. But you have to have the light very, very even. So a sunny day or a cloudy day, but a day where it's kind of sunny with cloudy periods is going to be a little bit difficult. Or do it indoors underneath a light where you can keep control of everything. So be very careful about that. I'm just going to duplicate this one more time to show you how we would keep adding to that. So I made another copy of it, and I'm going to move it right around the same. So it needs to be a little bit more over to the right. That line basically is the idea. So let's move a little bit over. And that should be pretty good there. So let's play it one more time. There's one video, and the other one, and the other one. I can keep going with this all day if you want. I can save it as an endless looping GIF file or something, for example. And there's another example of how to create something super cool and a little bit spacey, right? Having yourself appearing over and over again across the screen, a little bit like a cartoon character or something. Anyway, so that's the last lesson. So I'm sorry I wasn't able to do that in WeVideo. WeVideo doesn't have masking tools like this, and it's a very, very powerful technique that I wanted to teach you about, at least to let you know that it's possible, so that when you get into video editing in the future, you'll know about this stuff. If anyone's interested in getting into WeVideo, as I said, it's totally free software, and you're welcome to download it and play around with the stuff on your own. So that's it for today's lesson. If anyone wants to make a little TikTok video and share it with me, I will show it on next week's WeVideo Wednesday. Otherwise, have a great day. We're going to be back tomorrow with Galaga. We're going to be coding Galaga and Scratch. I'm really excited about that. So I'll see you guys then. Bye now.